I mean, from day to night, depending on what world you're operating in. You know, I could probably easily, I know I'm the hero when it comes to what I'm doing professionally or who I'm wanting to be as the author of this book, but if my mother was alive right now, I could go back to being a victim, feeling like she needs to come rescue me because that is my mother. And I think that's part of the uniqueness, the wide paintbrush that this life is. It's not just one thing, and I'm not just one way. I'm so many things. I'm everything happening in this world. It's a part of who I am. We're all just one energy. So yes, I could be a victim, I could be a villain, depending on who I'm talking to and where I am. And yes, I definitely think that those things can intertwine. But the real, and we'll talk about it in chapter 3, the real mastery becomes when you start owning every thought and every feeling and every action so that you are running the show always. And that's called freedom. So, but the villain behavior is, and it's something I've participated in. I mean, I was the villain when I was angry at my mom for 10 years and went to answer the phone and talked bad about her behind her back and just put negative energy into the world about the role she played in my life and how she wasn't good enough, and use that as permission to be a victim in some cases. And so, you know, I participated in both and don't feel great about that at all. And I think we all may do it, even unknowingly, even subtly. I mean, it doesn't have to be a drastic, you walk into a school and kill people, but you can mistreat a parent can mistreat a child and be the villain, you know, and bully them and make them feel bad for things that, you know, are unspoken wounds from their past that they had nothing to do with. So I think it's something that impacts us, you know, often. This is pain having power over you, and it can be the other way around. Life sometimes requires that you play hurt. And this, so we're talking about playing hurt now. Is that where? Okay, yeah. So the reverse is, again, I mean, we're totally into accepting the fact that there will be some moments of uncomfortable pain or suffering in this journey. I think one of the things we could teach young people early is that this is an expectation and a requirement. It's not something crazy. You know, you're gonna hurt. You know, I don't know at what point you're gonna have your heart broken, but it will be broken. I don't know at what point you're gonna be uncomfortable and be challenged and be rejected, but it will happen, and it's okay. I'd like this book to be able to hopefully answer and help people with these things, because life requires you to play hurt, and that's a sports term and phrase, but it really does. You still got to wake up every day and do and be and exist in this world, regardless of the tragedies or traumas that you may have experienced. You still have to participate. You still have to, and this book is to give you strategies and tools to apply to help you do that. Again, we don't talk about pain and uncomfortable and adversity enough. You know, the label we kind of put on it is a little bit of suck it up or get tougher, or, you know, that's just how it is type of deal. But I think we need more words, we need more vocabulary and meanings to talk about pain and adversity, because that's obviously not helping us make sense of what's going on. And our perspective and the way we define things are what become our belief systems, and our belief systems is how we really operate. So bad things happen to good people. You know, I have to tell kids that I work with kids at that age where they're just leaving their parents' home. So I refer back to these conversations I had with them when they get their feelings hurt for the first time, or, you know, they're going through this life and they're figuring out, God, that was wrong, that wasn't fair. Fair is one thing, but taking responsibility for your life is a whole other story. And so defining pain as, you know, bad things happen to good people. It's the natural order of things. Nobody's gonna live this life without something uncomfortable happening. I had this, not really a quote, but something that always comes to mind. Dr. George Pratt is the neuropsychologist from out in California who was on Larry King one day. And Larry King asked him, what makes one person smarter than another? And he said their ability to accept and adapt. And it is when we're able to take pain, we're able to take a traumatic situation or adversity or something that makes us feel uncomfortable, and we're able to create a new path using that, with that included. Ryan Holiday has a book called The Obstacle is the Way. That's the new path now. That wasn't the roadblock or going another, that's the new path. It's my journey now includes being adopted or being sexually abused or being there where my friend was shot. That is my journey now. And I'm not outside of that journey. That's the new path. So the natural order of things, I think it's vitally important that we communicate how normal it is to have a parent die or a grandparent die or whatever. I have on here, bad decisions don't make you a bad person. I think we sometimes are so hard on ourselves when we make mistakes and we don't let ourselves out of that. We don't forgive ourselves. And this can be just as bad as someone else not forgiving us or someone else doing something to us. Our inability to say, okay, I made that mistake, now I gotta move on. This is what I learned and I have to move on. I think that's also a part of pain that it sometimes takes us too long to do that. Bad decisions don't make you a bad person. That's huge. That's something I learned when I got, did I tell you in the intro about my DUI that I got arrested? Okay, so that was something I learned, just kind of in that moment. And even with being so negative with my mother, that's two of the things I learned that, it didn't make me a bad person. It just made me someone who was doing the best I could with the resources and the tools I had and the information I had and the skills I had, and recognized and was able to grow and move on and forgive myself and use it as an advantage now. So that's really important. And then the human error must be considered. People just are humans, just like you and I. No one's perfect, so you will get your feelings hurt, and someone will say the wrong thing, and someone will abuse their position of authority, and someone will, make a bad decision on your behalf when they shouldn't, and you'll get stabbed in the back. I mean, we're just all humans trying the best we can with all of these adverse situations that we're all dealing with.